When it comes to this broad conversation of the Israel-Hamas war and Iran brought into it, what do you think's missing from the national and international dialogue when it comes to Iran?
Well, right now, I think in general, putting the pieces together instead of just calling it Hamas, a Palestinian organization, or Gaza and Palestinians, but really branding it what it is, the Iran-backed Hamas, the Iran-backed Hezbollah, the Iran-backed Houthis in Yemen, who saw cruise missiles fired off from Yemen in the last few days. Really understanding that Iran is running this war. It's Iran's war on Israel right now, but a broader coordination with China, with Russia. We see Iranians going back and forth to Beijing and to Moscow. Hamas is now going back and forth. We saw Hamas show up in Moscow. And so understand that all of the countries out there that we think about, I know we focus a lot on China, and we should. It's our number one threat. They're all coordinating with Iran as well. And so understand that we have a local threat in the Middle East. We have a threat to the United States long term, but we also have that broader global dynamic of axes that are looking to unseat the United States working together. And to the extent we can talk to our allies in Europe and say, hey, we're going to reset our policies here. We're not going to continue down this road of appeasement. We're not going to keep offering cash in hopes that they don't go across a certain nuclear threshold. It's not working. It's not working. It's making us less safe to do that. Let's work together in reimposing sanctions. Let's trigger the snapback, as it's called, of all the UN sanctions on Iran. And let's work together to provide a credible military threat against the regime, to let them know we're not scared. We're not going to be running scared. This is not a giant at this point. We have time to prevent them from becoming a real threat that we can't control at that point. And that means making sure the leadership in Tehran knows we're willing to use force as a bottom line if they move towards that nuclear threshold, if they launch attacks that kill Americans and take Americans hostage. This is a threat to us. It's a threat to our allies. It's a threat to democracy. And we have to take it seriously.